Hey everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of the second reproduction, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start.
役目から解放されたくないのはくさびでいたいから？
何のことだか。
それがある限り、クリスティーナ様はあなたに負い目を感じ続ける。対立していた頃の象徴が目の前にあっては、あのお二人も心のままには動きがたいでしょうしね。
それはガルディスのためを思っての言葉ですか？
いえ、同じ重木としての助言ですよ。
It's His Majesty, His Majesty! Some village children who had been playing happily with a ball ran towards us the moment we came into view. Wildflowers of every color fluttered into the wind, bringing vibrancy to the village surroundings that could have come straight out of a fairy tale. As I stood before the nostalgic scenery, I felt something tighten in my chest. I sniffed. The tears fell down my cheeks. They're all alive. Of course they were all alive, but that didn't stop a smile coming onto my face.
和やかですね。
ああ、怪我されてはならないところだ。
My, if it isn't Lord Gardis. You have our utmost welcome, Your Highness. A middle-aged half-demon woman came out to welcome him, the village chief. She gave a gentle smile when she saw me and asked, "Oh my, Lord Gardis, is this your wife?"
その予定だ。
え？
冗談だ。怒るな。
I suddenly froze up, excitement making my heart skip a beat, but Gardis misinterpreted my reaction. His quick denial made my euphoria plummet.
紹介しよう。この者はクリスティーナ・ランザード。世界で唯一、正式に勇者の称号を与えられし者だ。
Oh my, that means you're a true champion, right?
ああ。
I still felt gloomy from Gardis's denial, so I wasn't sure what to say at first. I was trying my best to smile, but I was worried it looked too fake. Thankfully, the village chief didn't seem to mind, since she held her hand out and gave me a strong smile. Anyway, let's hurry over to my house. We've got a grand feast prepared for all of you.
楽しみだ。
I bit my lip, trying to push back the wave of sorrow rising through me as I watched Gardis walk away. Come, Your Majesty. You too, Lady Christina. Have a seat over here.
だが大事な話をするのだろ？私が近くにいては。
遠慮するな。お前は我が友として横に座ればよい。
友？
不服か？
あ、いや。
Considering how our very first meeting went, I suppose it was amazing that he already wanted to call me his friend. But still, the pain gripping my chest intensified. Maybe I'm getting too impatient. I smiled bitterly at the thought, and took my seat at the end of the table. Over here, mister?
わかった引っ張るなって。
Lisette was dragged away from the table, as popular as ever with the children. And before long, the little things were crawling all over him, transforming Lisette into a mountain of children once again. Children, huh? Watching the scene made something flash through my mind, the thought of having a child with Gardis. And that was followed by the memory of Gardis refusing to make love to me.
で、私は安心して子を産めるよう場を移すべきだと思うのだが。
私？
Had Gardis read my mind? I responded in a nervous voice, startled and sounding nothing like my usual self. Gardis looked at me, confused, and tilted his head to one side.
この村の女子たちの話だ。今身ごもっているものだけでもより安全なオートに移った方が良いだろう。
ああ、そうだな。
I felt embarrassed. My imagination had run wild, all because of a misunderstanding. I wanted to crawl into a hole and stay there for a while, but instead I straightened my posture and started paying better attention. You're right. The birth rate is already dropping, and we can't afford to lose any more children. It would be bad for the kingdom.
なぜ落ちているんだ？
我らは根血とはいえ、意志の力に左右されやすい魔の血を継いでいる。故に母が安心して産めぬと思えば、解任する確率が低くなるばかりか、せっかく身ごもっても子が落ちてしまうこともある。
そうだったのか。もしかして各町の警備が少ないのもそれ。
ああ、子がいなければすなわち戦力となる男が育たないということにもなる。
人員不足というわけか。
I see. That must be why Gardis has to fight on the front lines. Deathride was in a worse state than I thought. No wonder Gardis had given up back then. There was nothing he could do to salvage his kingdom. All the other kingdoms saw Deathride as a military superpower, but in reality, it didn't have the manpower nor the vitality to hold off a simultaneous attack from the rest of the world. Which means increasing the number of guards would be difficult. Suddenly telling them to put more guards around the village on a specific day would be too dangerous. They'd wondered why I'd asked that, and I might be suspected as a spy. But if Lisette and I were here... So, you'll let her give birth in the capital after all?
ああ、そうだな。
Gardis looked shocked all of a sudden, and I wasn't sure why. It seemed the conversation had changed topic while I'd been pondering to myself. I gazed at him while trying to recall my words, wondering if I'd said something weird, but Gardis made an odd expression and glanced away from me. Huh. In that case, would I be allowed to visit your child?
お二人？
His Majesty's and yours, Lady Christina. His Majesty's and...
何言って。
Oh my, how cute of you to get all flustered like that. You have a good eye for women, Your Majesty.
そうか。首飾りではなく、子が欲しかったのか。
違う。
それならそうといえば、いくらでも授けてやったもの。
Gardis was probably joking, unfortunately, but... It doesn't make me feel happy, even if he's being serious. The Gardis from before cared about me from the bottom of his heart. He wanted me to find happiness after he died, so he refused to make love to me. So if he suddenly decided that he did want to make love to me, then it meant that he was okay with me being sad after he died. But if what he said just now was a joke, then that meant that he was just playing around and didn't actually mean it. Well, maybe to Gardis, this was something to laugh off, but to me...
クリス。
ないくせに。
ん？
その気もないくせに言うな。
クリスティナ!
Regret and sorrow poured out of me as I stormed out of the room, ignoring Gardis's cries. I knew I was just being selfish, getting angry like that. In the past, I wouldn't have been annoyed by it, and maybe slightly put off, but that's all. It wasn't fair of me to get angry at Gardis just because he said something I couldn't remember. I'm so immature. I thought I was happy just being by his side, but I was quickly realizing that I was just getting greedier and greedier.
姫様、
レセとか。
どうされたんですか？突然出て行かれたので、みんな心配してますよ。
すまない。少し外の空気が吸いたくなったんだ。
Where mister? The children's voices echoed from far away. They were looking for Lisette. We shared a wry smile, then glanced downwards at nothing in particular.
なあ、レセト。お前は、あの子たちを殺せるか？
え？
例えば私が命令したとして、あの子たちを殺せるか？
なぜ今、それを？
言葉にして聞いた時はなかったからな。もしお前がまだ神教の教義を信じているのなら。
殺せません。たとえ姫様のご命令でも、俺は罪のない子供たちを殺めることはできません。
魔は悪ではないと。
姫様もそれを分からせるために俺を連れて歩かれたのでしょ。
お前に隠し事はできんな。
ええ、姫様のことならば大概は分かります。姫様があいつをどう思っているのかだって。
すまないクリス、悪ふざけが過ぎた。何か込み入った話の最中だったか？
あ、いや、大丈夫だ。先ほどは私もすまなかった。席に戻って村長に謝らないとな。
Seeing that Gardis had come to get me lifted the weight in my heart, and together we started walking back to the village chief's home.
まだ怒っているのか？
怒っているとしたら、お前にではない。
I hated myself for being so weak. And I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like this one, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.